Hi, I'm Scott, and today I'm going to show you how I got my lawn looking this way, and you can have one too on Dad It Yourself. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So it's been about 3.5 weeks since we did the last video, and as you can see, I am still in my sling. 2 more weeks, and my lawn is doing fabulous. As you can see, it is nice and green. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but Jason's here and they're going to do a mow today, and we're going to do some treatments. So we're going to talk about herbicides, weeds, and fertilizer again today. Keep this lawn going strong into the summer. As you can see here, my old friend the foxtail is now starting to come up. So that's going to be our big push today. And when we talk about the wet area, and that's really why this foxtail comes. It likes that wet, kind of moist soil and a lot of shade. So as we know, this area likes that, as you can see from the moss still. But this has started firming up right through here. It is definitely not as spongy anymore. My little puddle has gone away, and probably later in the summer, Jason and I are already starting to talk about putting in a French drain along here and along here that will go to a dry well down in here somewhere and get that water down into the soil. One thing I did find out is that my downspouts, you can see, they're right there, and then there's actually a clean out right here in the lawn. See that little white spot? They go down about 8 feet, and then they tie in with all the downspouts of all my neighbors. And then right on the other side of, not this fence, but the next fence on my neighbor's side, we have a drainage and retention pond. And all that gets piped down and dumps into there. So the water that I'm experiencing down in here has nothing to do with my downspouts. It's all surface water that's being retained and not being able to skirt off anywhere. So we're gonna have to get that deeper into the soil so it can absorb. So between the jets and the lawn equipment, the sound may be a little bit. As you can see, we're still not getting full sunlight, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and some of this moss has still survived. So we're gonna treat that again today. So they just got done with the mow, and this has already been edged and trimmed as well. And man, I am super happy with how this is coming out this season. Remember all those weeds that used to be over there? They're all gone now. So we're gonna go in the back here. And the backyard is all mowed and trimmed, and we're going to talk about herbicides now. All right, you guys, you probably remember Jason from my last video, and he's going to talk about herbicides, surfactants, and the such. What do you got there, Jason?
All right, Scott, good to see you. Got some Speed Zone here. This is a bit more advanced than what you're going to find at your home box store.
Is that a lawn safe product?
This is a completely lawn safe, bed safe product.
Okay, so if that gets on grass, it won't kill turf grass.
It will not kill the grass. This is designed for turf style grass, flower beds, almost anything.
So what's that going to kill?
Almost anything. Almost anything. Okay. I would tell you, when you're using this, obviously gloves is a must, long sleeves, pants, and some shoes. You want to avoid skin contact. Okay. Follow the directions. Use a measuring cup, or some form of device that you're going to measure it out. It's always based in 1,000 square feet, so you may have to do some math.
So we're going to go after some of the broadleaf stuff with that, right?
Yes.
So the clover, dandelions, all the other stuff that kind of shows up here and there. How is that in effective wise with the foxtail, which has been a real problem for me?
So it varies.
Okay.
It's the best advice I can give you. Some people are going to say and swear by this and say it really works. Some people are going to say another product I got here works. Some people are going to tell you that the only way to get rid of foxtail is to dig it up.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So what's this other big one you got there?
All right. We're going to go with this. This is moss melts. Okay?
Pretty self-explanatory.
Right? You're going to find this. I've only located this at a garden shop.
Okay.
Or a professional lawn care type business.
Now, is that a liquid version of what we used last time?
No. Last time we used a granular iron, okay? And it took care, I'd say, probably 75-80% of the moss, okay? Some areas that didn't get enough sun, it didn't hit as well, okay? This is liquid and is not iron or mineral based.
Okay.
This is citrus based.
Oh, very nice.
Okay? To me, it smells like really strong lemonade. You don't want to drink it. It's very potent. Again, it gets on your clothes. It's going to irritate your skin probably, but it's not going to cause you any poisons as far as I know. Read the directions, okay? This is really good for anything, meaning your grass, your turf, your flower beds, and the best part about it, unlike iron, it's not going to stain your bricks or your hardscape.
Oh, very nice.
Okay? Some people have told me they can use it on a roof. I've never tried it. If you do it, use it at your own decor.
Yeah.
Okay?
What's that little one you got there?
All right. This little guy's crossbow.
Ooh.
I've had the best luck with the foxtail at certain people's lawns with this stuff.
Now, is that a lawn safe product?
This is not designed for lawns.
Okay.
This is a super broad, very potent stuff, so you're going to want to be careful. When you're spraying this out, I recommend paying attention to the wind. Don't spray so it's going to black spray on you or onto some stuff you don't want to kill.
So we're just going to use that in the landscape beds
Just
and
the
any
landscape.
hardscape areas.
Yep.
Okay, and it looks like you got one more tucked back there.
All right.
No, down here, this little one.
Thank you. All right. So here we got tenacity.
Yeah.
Excuse the bottle, it's really dirty. But this stuff is awesome. Very careful. The hardest part to do with this is you got to use a syringe. You don't want to over pour this. If it's good for almost all weeds, it doesn't matter in flower beds or in grass.
So it's also lawn safe.
Lawn safe. Okay.
Okay.
The disadvantage of this is if you over apply this, and that includes too much in your tank, or you overspray the same area, your grass is going to turn white.
Okay.
It's going to become almost chalky, and it'll go away as the grass grows, but it does, in my opinion, slow down the growth process.
So that's good for spot treatment.
Spot treatment.
Okay,
Usually
on some of those
only.
harder to kill weeds.
In the fall, in the Pacific Northwest, if we're going to do overseeding, I would use this as a pre-emergent after I put down the seed and I started getting some germination.
Okay.
It'll just help starve off and burn off those grass seed heads from weeds.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So what else you got over there?
All right, we're going to talk about surfactants.
Dish soap, huh?
All right. This little guy is awesome. I always recommend when you're mixing with surfactants, soaps, do this after you've already mixed your tank.
Okay.
If not, you're going to have nothing but bubbles. Okay?
So what is a surfactant and what is it used for?
All right, surfactant, if you just put water and chemical together, you spray the grass or the weed, the waxiness of the weed is just going to allow the water and the chemical to seep and run right off. Okay? The surfactant will create a sticky film to keep the product from running off right away, burning off that stem, absorbing into the plant or the weed, getting down to the root system and killing it off.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the difference between what you have in your hand there and your bottle of dish soap?
Okay, this is the equivalent to this.
Okay.
The difference is probably going to spend about 10 to 15 bucks for this little bottle
Yeah.
at a dollar store, Dollar General, something very similar. I think this is a popular brand that you know at a box store. I think I paid 99 cents for it.
Wow.
It's
Does the same exact thing.
Exact thing.
Okay.
No difference.
All right. So you got a couple more bottles back there. What do you got there? Those look familiar.
The equivalent to these herbicides that we got here are in these bottles. The difference is you're going to find these a lot easier than some of these products. These are designed more, I'd say, friendly for the homeowner just due to ease and price. Some of these are a little bit more pricey. I would say you get more bang for your buck and you're going to have fewer treatments than than needing to repeat treatments with these products.
Those are just more readily available.
More readily available.
So that one you have in your hand, it looks like Ortho Ground Clear.
Correct.
The name's kind of self-explanatory. Pretty much kills everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say this is almost like the nuclear weapon for parts that you want to kill off.
Almost like a, you have a Roundup product right there, but that's the lawn safe one.
This is the lawn safe version.
Viewers of my channel have seen me use Roundup for years, and I'm a huge fan of the Roundup weed and grass killer. I'm assuming it would be very similar to that Ortho product.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Just these were some stuff I had on the shelf that I would say homeowners would more likely be able to use. They're designed to be a little bit more friendly. They have, most of them have pop tops like this that are already measured cupped out. So, and this is based on 1,000 square feet, so usually a gallon of water.
So that one's a concentrate, but I know that big Roundup one, that's just used as is. It's already mixed.
Already mixed as is, so no dilution needed. You just read the back. You're pretty much going to mix up whatever the rate is in my mixing cup, and I would add it to my water.
Yep.
And then begin to mix and go from there.
Beautiful. All right, and you had one more bottle you wanted to talk about over there.
Now, no matter what I use, any one of these products, including my surfactant, when I'm done, you're going to find this in a various product design. Different box stores, landscaping companies would have these almost anywhere. Tank cleaner. Okay. Tank cleaners, perfect if you have one tank that you're using for herbicides, pesticides, anything like that, fungicides, if you're even spraying your fertilizers. Okay. This will clean it out so that way you're not cross-contaminating. Say you were using one of these more advanced products, then next time you want it to go to something lighter in a different area, you don't take the risk of killing what you didn't want to kill.
I don't know how anybody could do that, but it sounds like something good that you would definitely want to wash out, say, a total kill product before you put in a lawn safe product.
Absolutely.
Because you could potentially kill your lawn.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know anyone who would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody who would do that.
Before I add my surfactant.
Yeah, because it causes bubbles. Okay, so we're all done for today. Jason, do we have any warnings or anything we want to talk about?
Sure, Scott. The first warning I would tell you is read the label of every chemical that you're going to use. Long sleeve shirts, long pants. I wear boots that cover all skin areas. Eye protection as needed. Pay attention to the wind, the rain, your surroundings. After reading the label, the number one thing I like to always ask somebody before I spray is, do you have pets, kids, anybody going to be on the lawn? That kind of tells me what to tell them. I always want the chemicals to be dry before they walk on them or allow the pets to get on them. Just as a precaution, read the label. It'll tell you what they recommend and follow the label. I always like to say at least 4 hours after. And then rain, do the best you can, but if it's going to rain tonight or in the near future, I would probably hold off spraying. And the wind, if you're spraying water and it's blowing back on you, it's not a good idea to use chemicals at that time. Do it another day.
And how long should we wait till we do another application?
So depending, again, read the label on the chemical that you're using. My general rule is 2 to 3 weeks after a treatment before I reapply.
Okay.
When you're using class-based herbicides, if it's a class 1, 2, 3, or 4, the general rule that I've always been taught is you can only use that treatment twice in a row before you have to go up or down.
Okay.
Okay?
That
Read the
makes
label.
sense. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for me or Jason, put those down below. Speaking of comments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you do, hit that bell for notifications. If we've done anything in this video that you found helpful, consider becoming a channel member or giving me a super thanks. And don't forget, I have a Patreon now, so you can support Dad It Yourself DIY. I've got some videos over here you may be interested in. Subscribe button's right down here. Thanks for watching Dad It Yourself.